Hello good people, greetings from WPFraternity. In this tutorial, I am going to show you step by step how to get started with the event calendar. So without any further ado, let's get started. So this is our WP admin backend dashboard. We will hover over the plugins, click add new. As you can see, I am using just the default theme of the WordPress. Now in this area, the right hand side on the search box, we will search for the event calendar. So this is the plugin. So this has been used a huge number of website and it has a good number of 5-star, and this is by far the feature rich event calendar plugin on the WordPress ecosystem, and this is one of my most favorite event calendar plugin. So it will take just a few moments to install. So the plugin is installed. Let's activate. So it's activating. So for now, let's skip this one. So now that we have the event calendar plugin installed and activate, on the left hand side we will see the area called events, and by clicking the add new, so I'm opening this one, a new tab. So by clicking this, the add new, we will be able to create our individual events. Before showing you this part, I would like to show you the settings first. Let's go to the settings. So in this we have the general tab, display, filters, license, integration and import. So let's see one by one. So in the general, the first option or first settings we will see, that is show event calendar link. So what it will do is, if we enable this on the individual event, the event calendar link will be appear that the event is being created by the event calendar plugin. So it's totally your preference. By default it's been unchecked. So if you would like to show that link, you can enable this one. So for now I'm not enabling that one. So after that we'll get the settings for the viewing, editing, maintenance and debugging. So let's check the viewing first. So this is the events URL slug where all the events will be located. We can change as per our own preference. This is the single events URL slug, the URL for the individual event. Include events in the main block loop. So if we enable this, all the events will show with the site's other post. So after that we'll get the enable the month view cache. This is important if we have so many events in the month view, so we can cache this to show in a better way. So after that we'll get the editing, activate block editor for events. If we enable this, for example, let me enable this one first, and if we reload this one, on the event the block editor will be enabled. So as the block editor is not being used as of now that much user, that's why by default the classic editor will be appear, so that it can be familiar with our old experience. So after that we will get the show custom fields meta box, and after that we will get the maintenance, move to trash events older than, we can select 1 month, 3 months, 6 months and so on. After that we will get the merge duplicate venues and organizers, these settings. After that we will get the debugging, debug mode, opt-in. So after that, these are the settings on the general. So after that we will go to the general or display. In the display settings we'll get the calendar display, date and time, currency, maps, additional content. On the calendar display we'll see that default style sheet used for the events template. So if we want our events to show in a skeleton way. For example, the extra style or CSS will not appear, then we can enable this one. So the default style will be shown as the default way that theme or other style sheet that has been made by the event calendar. After that, we'll get the event views. On the free version of the event calendar, we will get only 3 options, and I believe for the free version it will complete our own complete the basic need. The view will be the list view, month view, and day view, and that we can set the default view as well. For example, whether we would like to show our events in a list, month, or day. So let's select the month. After that, month view events per day. So by default it will be 3. If we want it to be unlimited, then we can give our value to -1, then it will be unlimited. Number of events to show per page, 12 by default value, and 12 I believe is more than enough. Show comments, whether we want the comments to show on the event page or not. Disable the event search bar. If we enable this one, this will hide the search field on all views. After that, we'll get the date and time. Date with the year format, we can select this one or configure this one, our own preference. Date without year format, we can configure that as well. Month and year format, compact date format, date time separator, time range separator, end of day cutoff, show time zone mode. So I believe these are the we can keep the default value as it is. And one thing I would like to mention is whether we are configuring the whole settings on our settings page, still we can override those global settings on the single event page, and I will show it after a moment. So after that, we will get the currency settings, default currency symbol, default currency code, currency symbol follow values, maps, whether we would like to enable the Google Maps or not. After that, we will get the additional settings, add HTML before event content, add HTML after event content. So as we have changed some of the values, so let's save the changes. After that, we will get the filter. So this is a pro add-on. So as this tutorial is all about the event calendar free, let's not go into that part. So license is obviously it's for the event calendar pro. We'll see that event calendar pro after some moments, not in this tutorial, just to be mentioned. Integration. So as we have enabled the Google Map on the display, so this is the Google Map settings, and by default it will show the event calendars built-in Google Maps API key, but it's recommended to use your own Google Map API key, and in order to create that, we can click here and just configure that one. So after that, we'll get the imports. We can save the changes, whether we would like to import the settings of the event calendar. For example, default status published, default event categories none, as we do not have any categories, so we'll create after a moment. So after that, disable event aggregator imports, whether we would like to enable or disable that one, it's totally on our own preference. So let's save the changes. So now let's go to add new. So as we have just get a overview of the settings, now let's create a event. So as you have seen that I have enabled the default editor for the creating an event. In here we will see that this is the title for our event. We can add the description of the event. After that, we will get the time and date, location, venue, organizers, event website, event cost, additional functionality, and on the right hand side we will get the tags, event categories, event option, event status, and featured image. So as we will be needing the venues and organizers, let me show you how to create this one. And although we can create from this one too. Just to show you something, I would like to create those things first. For example, let's create, so it was preloaded, so let's create some tags. For example, we will create music and art, event categories, music, cat and art, cat. So our categories has been created. Now we will create venues. So let's create add new. This is our venue 1. Let's add some dummy text. We will not be needing that much content. So this is the address. For example, let's select some dummy address for now. Show map. Let's select a featured image, and we can upload the featured image, or we can select the images that we have already uploaded. For example, I will be selecting then already uploaded an image. So let's publish. After that, we'll create an organizers. Let's create. This is our first organizer. Let's create some content. Organizer information, phone. So let's create some dummy phone website, www.example.com, email event@example.com. So let's select and featured image and publish. Please enter a valid URL. So https. I hope it will work. Yeah, it worked. So now, and if you are curious to know what import will do, let me show you that one as well. It's a pro feature, that's why I am not going to that part as well. So now that we have tags, categories, venues and organizers, let's go back to add new event, and please see this part how it looks when we don't have any venues. So now let me just reload this one, and as you can see, now that we have already created the venues, organizers, now it's showing a different way. It's because we have already created the venues and organizers. So in here we can either select the already created or created venues, or we can create a new one. For example, find a venue. If we click that one, so you can create a venue. After that, it will show in here. So as we have created already, so that can be used for now. So let's create our first event. This is the music festival event. So let's some content in here. So date and time. So it will be all day event. Let's select. It will be ending the time zone. Let's select the venue. Let's select the organizers, and we can add another organizers. So let's add the website for the event, currency symbol. So as this is not, I'm not going to create the event for the price because it's not about the price. So let's select the event category. Let's select and featured image, publish. So now that we have created our first event, let's see this one on the front end. This is how easy it is to create an event. So this is the event that we have created. So now this is the individual event, as we have configured the event as the individual event. Now if we go to the events page where all the events will be located, we can see that as we have configured the month view as the default view, it's showing the month view. As you can see, this event is showing, as we have configured that event will be on 17th, so the month view it is showing. And in here we can see the other view as well. For example, list view, this is the list view, this is the day view. So it's really easy to create an event with the event calendar plugin. So yeah, this is how easy it is to create an event with the event calendar plugin. So with this we have completed this tutorial. I hope you guys like it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comments below. Also subscribe to WP Fraternity and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.